Updated. Mamdani stands by Nakba Day video amid fierce backlash. What backlash? Why the fuck is there any backlash to a recognition of an ethnic cleansing campaign that took place? Oh my God. Everything is busted, dude. We live in unbelievably busted times where if you fucking recognize a real ethnic cleansing campaign that took place, you're a bad guy. And the people that don't want you to recognize that ethnic cleansing campaign that took place are the good guys somehow.
Tonight, does the door need to remain open in order for you to continue to work with the Jewish community to fight anti-Semitism? And then just on the substance of one of your posts last week.
Could I first answer the first question, then we'll go to the second one? Thank you very much. My message to Jewish leaders across this city is that my door is always open, that I look forward to welcoming a number of those leaders to Gracie Mansion this evening for Shavuot. And I also know that that is a door that we will keep open beyond just this evening's event, beyond just Jewish American Heritage Month. And it is part of a commitment to be the mayor for every New Yorker. And that means a mayor for those who voted for you, who didn't vote for you, who didn't vote at all. And that also means that there will be times where you will meet New Yorkers at an event, at a specific conversation, out on the street. I look forward to all of those interactions. Your second question.
My second question is, you want to be the mayor for all New Yorkers. You've made this promise. Yet the city of New York seems to be now taking more, the city of New York posted this Nakba post last week, which was upsetting to some Jewish New Yorkers who felt that perhaps there at least should have been an acknowledgement that Holocaust survivors were also facing painful displacement. So, what should Jewish New Yorkers think about the fact that, using your official city account?
She hits the Holocaust survivors are upset about it line, which is crazy. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine being like, hey, you recognize the horrifying nature of chattel slavery, but there are Holocaust survivors who were offended because it takes away from, their pain. The fuck?
You're now making certain statements about Israel, using your official city accounts. People understand your views on Israel, but, they don't necessarily feel like you speak out about all these other sorts of situations, other conflicts, other issues.
So I was proud to commemorate Nakba Day, which is an annual day on May 15th that commemorates the expulsion of more than 700,000 Palestinians from 1947 to 1945 during the creation of the State of Israel and for the year that followed. And it was a privilege to be able to share the story of Vinia and her story as not just a Nakba survivor, but also as a New Yorker. And I firmly believe that acknowledging any one's people pain does not preclude you from the acknowledgement of another people's. And when it comes to New Yorkers like Ania and so many others, not only has their pain never been acknowledged, but so often we have seen that even their identity is up for debate. And my message to each and every New Yorker is that this is a city for you and that we will continue to...
For a little bit of behind the scenes on the Nakba video, can you give us more insight into those discussions? You're the first mayor to ever acknowledge this. How did you decide to do it in this way? Why didn't you appear in the video? If you could just give us a window into how you guys decided to acknowledge it.
So May 15th has long been the day of commemorating the Nakba, and there are many Nakba survivors in New York City. And we wanted to ensure that the focus of this was just to hear from a New Yorker herself on her own memories of what it meant to be expelled and what her life has been like and how she has found that home in New York City. We wanted to have a Nakba survivor be at the focal point of this video as opposed to myself. I was intending to be there as part of it. However, I did fall sick and we didn't want...
Yeah, it's not like he didn't acknowledge Holocaust Remembrance Day. Like that would be insane and also completely inappropriate for the record for any mayor to do. But yeah, it's crazy. Like they don't do this for Armenian Remembrance Day. I mean, Turks do. Turks get mad, right? But like no one gives a shit. And no one should give a shit. Do you see what I'm saying? Like not that long ago, last month, he put a post out for the recognition of the Armenian genocide. A lot of Turkish people got mad in New York City. There's Turks living in New York City. There was no media cycle, right? There was no fucking media cycle where people were taking sincerely the grievances of fucking Turks about Zohran's recognition of the Armenian genocide. It would have been fucking crazy. That would have been insane. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the New York Times or like any number of different articles being written about like, is Zohran Mamdani undermining the Turkish position on the Armenian genocide by recognizing the Armenian genocide? That'd be fucking crazy. Yeah, Mallory McMorrow be like, my Turkish constituents don't like the term genocide. Eric Adams would never betray the Turks like that. Yeah, Eric Adams almost went to prison for his, for his loyalty to the Turk. Shout out Eric Adams, the real mayor, my real mayor. Okay. Yeah. There's no, you know what's really fucked up? It literally is the same as like people that sound pissy, people that get pissy that Juneteenth is a holiday. That's what you fucking sound like when you're like, oh, how dare you recognize the Nakba? Acknowledging the existence of Palestinians hurts my feelings and is a form of racism is an insane belief. It is diluted in racist and solipsistic. Why does anyone have to take these lunatics seriously? Yup. Also, Turks did get mad about Mamdani's Armenian genocide recognition. Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter. What do you mean? Like, that's my point. There's no motion in this. No one in the media takes that shit seriously. That's my argument. My argument is like, yeah, Turks get mad about it, but no one gives a fuck, right?